Okay, so this is going to be a new thing for me. I'm going to try it out here. I just picked up a lawn tractor a few days ago. I already put a starter on it and everything. My old one decided to have its better days. And I already pulled the deck off this one. The deck's already in the shed. I'm going to go through everything on that, but I think I'm going to turn this into a little project type thing and go from there, especially since I got to use this tractor too after I get it running. Like I said, I got the deck in the shed. Need to go through the bearings on the spindles. Got to put a new gear on the starter. I got the stuff already ordered for it, so. Okay, so I'm in the shed. Don't mind my mess around here. Kind of trying to go through stuff and straighten it up and everything. Here's the deck. Right, I've already started loosening stuff, but if you look, this one's kind of tight. Not as tight as the other one. Gonna pull the spindles apart, take the bearings out, grease them up. Like I said, I've already started working on this one. This one's a little tighter to turn. So let's get started. Okay, so I put a block of wood in there to hold the blade from turning, because I gotta remove this pulley and pop that spindle center out and get to the bearings on top and in the bottom right there. So I'll work at that here. I'll come back. Okay, so I got the spindle out. It's laying under the deck. No, it's laying right here. I'm gonna clean this up when I get a chance here. First thing I'm gonna do is there's a seal right here on top of this top bearing. I've already pulled it up a little bit. Haven't even looked in there. It's a little bit dry. I'm gonna pack this full of grease, as full as I can get it. I'll put the seal back. I'm not even gonna pull it up out of the spindle casing, but the bottom one I'm gonna have to knock out and do. That's pretty rusted up in there, and I would rather take care of it now, and later on I'll replace the bearings all together, but right now I'll just pack this one full. Okay, so back to it here. I went up to O'Reilly earlier. I picked up this. It's high temp for bearings and stuff that I'm going to use on this. Let's see how it works. And if you hear the wind, I actually rigged a fan up on the ceiling here so I can have some kind of air. It's pretty warm here. And you're pretty much going to scoop some up on your finger and get as much of it as you can right down in there. Just pack it right in there. It'll loosen them bearings up. And then just replace the ring, that ring right there, place down there, and go to the next. Alright, so the bottom one here had a metal ring, and I kind of bent it a little bit by using a pick. I'll straighten it out as I go, but yeah, those bearings are a little bit nasty looking. I'll clean them up, get some spray in there, loosen them up, and go from there. I got this little pick right here that I've been using to pull the seals I can reach in there and scrape that stuff out of there, and we'll clean it up and go from there. Like I said, later on I'll change the bearings completely out in it, but right now I need to get it going because my yard is pretty nasty here, and I was getting ready to mow just the other day and spindle had dropped out on that tractor. It's been a problem tractor from the start. Couldn't shift the gears. I mean, it's stuck in second and everything else, but it got me 2 years worth of use and stuff, and I had the money, so I figured I'd pick up this one and go from there. On to the next and see what we can do about cleaning this bearing up and packing it full. Okay, so I'm getting this loosened up pretty good here. Didn't really have anything that I normally would on hand, but I did have some carbon choke cleaner that I was spraying in there, getting some of that stuff out of there. It's turning better than it was. Now, finished getting it cleaned up here, and I'll pack this one full of grease. Until I can find the stand for my camera, it's going to be a little bit challenge here, but this should be fun. I like tinkering on stuff, so I still have that one to do. But as I progress with it, I'll have my camera with me. Okay, so like an idiot that I normally play now and then, I didn't grab myself a cleaning rag like I normally do. Guess I'll go hunt one down. Okay, so I found myself a grease rag. I got the cover back in there straightened up. I'll go around, clean the grease off it here in a little bit. Then I'm going to work on trying to clean this spindle up a little bit here. See what I can do with that. It's an older tractor, but I'm not picky. I need something that I can mow with and everything else, so why not? So I took some T20 grit paper to it, just cleaned it up a little bit. I'm not looking to make it perfect. As long as it's usable for me, I'm pretty good with it. As I got this side back together. It's spinning a lot easier than it was. So, time to do that side. Fun. Okay, so I'm glad I kept my other deck around. There's little teeth here on this spline for the spindle. The pulley is supposed to have that same, so that pulley will actually hold it. Well, this is the pulley I took off. There's absolutely no teeth in there. So I will end up taking the pulley off the other tractor deck and putting on this one, so I can at least have a good grab on that. And this ain't off center from what it's actually supposed to be. So I'll get on that after I grease up these other bearings here and go from there. Since the spindle kind of didn't want to come out, obviously this goes all the way through, so this didn't want to come out of the spindle casing. So what I did, I put the nut on there so it was flush. I got this cool little toy that I put on top, and then I just hammer on it. Usually doesn't take much, but definitely gets the job done when I need it. Now, like I was saying on the other one, you just take and get on the outside edge there, and that little ring pops right up out of there. Pretty decent. This one actually turns pretty good. I'm going to still throw some grease to it and go from there. But that one actually looks pretty good. I think this is a newer spindle than the other side. Now I'm going to replace the belt, clean the deck up, probably throw some oil to it, kind of stop it from rusting any more than it already has. But I'll be back. Okay, so I got both sides all repacked and put back together. I would rather use an impact on the nuts for the pulleys, but right now I don't have an impact, so crescent wrench and some good leverage, put it back together. I think my next step is going to be probably cleaning the deck up, getting the rust off it best I can. I don't know, maybe hit it with paint or something. Then probably throw some old motor oil on it, just to help it from rusting anymore, I guess. But hope you enjoyed the video. Just kind of doing this because I like to tinker on stuff. I'll see how it goes.